Welcome Capricorn to your February 2024 tarot forecast. I hope you're all doing well. We're going to be selecting an astrology card this month of February 2024. You may receive a planet as a planet to meditate on, or you can connect with a sun sign, so a different sign other than yours, unless Capricorn comes through. Or you may receive a house, which is something to meditate on in the month of February. So Capricorn, we have the 9th house for you in February. The 9th house is associated with a lot of different aspects of our lives. Some are our spiritual values and beliefs, what we connect with religiously. It also has the element of higher education. So think higher perspectives and ideologies of our lives, international and foreign connections, trade, relationships from foreign lands as well. Even the ethereal planes, the different dimensions of our galaxies, connecting through our crown chakra through them. That's a different connection that is higher than our 3D plane. Also represents legalities, so legal procedures here. Lawyers, solicitors, legal details. Also represents, as you can hear, there's a lot going on in the 9th house, as is other houses as well. But you're on a path on the 9th house this month of February that has been brought forward for you to meditate on and sit with. And that 9th house also represents the connecting through that marketing or media platform. A lot of publishing goes on in this house where we're getting our words or our projects out to the world, which is higher than ourselves. So that is your card for the month of February, Capricorn, excuse me. We are now going to ask our guides to be present here today with Capricorn for their reading for the month of February. The messages that come through for them to sit and contemplate and meditate with, and consider trying something new for themselves, of course only with free will. So I select 4 cards for you, Capricorn, for representing each week of the month of February, and we select another tarot for more detail and analysis of what's being brought forward to tie in the story. The first week of February, Capricorn, we have the major arcana card being Death. Death represents a very quite frightening imagery, or has a reaction within us when we hear the word death, that we innately, instinctually do not want to consider, contemplate, or acknowledge. And the reason is because it's so final. Yet without death, proverbially or physically, regarding any aspect of our lives, new births and growth may be jarred or temporarily unavailable if we do not allow the death or accept death as part of our reality as humans. Because something new is trying to break through. You can see the sun in the distance heralding in the new day. Something's calling to you, Capricorn, deep within your soul here in the first week of February, to consider rebirthing a new day, rebirthing something new within you, and release yourself from a significant aspect of your experience now. Okay, Capricorn, death, opening up the month of February. We're in the second month now of the year, and we now have all planets direct. So we have the wind at our backs now. So you may be prepared to release and relinquish some part or aspect of yourself to move forward and allow yourself to grow and expand organically instead of fighting something and being afraid to move on from an aspect of your life that you consider quite fearful or challenging. And that's part of being a human. Yet, you are being called. You are being called to a new day. I love that. I love that, Capricorn. The second week, we have the Eight of Cups. Now, the cups is our emotional bodies, our heart chakra being opened up and activated here. You'll notice here that your heart is calling you to sit and really consider what it is that gives you a sense of bliss and harmony in a relationship or just the relationship to yourself. Wow, Capricorn, I feel a deep change occurring here in the month of February for you. These aren't light cards. To be transparent, as a reader, these aren't light cards. I mean, you've got this. You can do this. Whatever this transition or change is, but it's a long, deep change. It's as if I feel as if, I wouldn't be surprised if the world comes out in your reading today. Something's ending, cycling, or at least judgment. Would not be surprised to see that come through, Capricorn, considering you're on call here to release and head towards a new day. And really give yourself some time to think about your heart and what makes you feel in flow and in harmony with a relationship or the relationship to yourself. Yep, we are going to get more details, so hang tight. I let the cards come through organically one at a time and do not interrupt the frequency and vibration of the timeline. It is not my, it's not for me to interrupt. So we let them come through organically. And that's just how I read. So sometimes I take their time and sometimes they're very quick, and we allow the space to be. If we didn't want to tune in, we'd tune out right now. But clearly you're ready to consider a different aspect or side of life that is occurring deep within you now or in your environment. That third week we have Sagittarius in February, Capricorn, I keep saying Sagittarius. It's the Five of Swords, a victory at a loss. You may be victorious, yet there's been a lot of pain and conflict. Something's come to your attention here that you may have overcome something significant here, yet it has been at a very, very heavy price here. You can see in the imagery in this card, Capricorn, this angel is holding up these swords, and the person on the ground is looking up and noticing, is this worth the battle? Has it been worth it? Look at your position here. You're not on top. You're not standing up. You don't have a crown on your head. It doesn't seem as if you haven't really considered the collateral damage of mental conflict or even conflict itself. So whatever this victory is over conflict, it's been at a very, very heavy price. Ooh, no kidding, it's not a light reading. Okay, Capricorn, we trust what comes through from the different dimensions and realms and through the guides and my collective team here today for you to meditate, sit with and consider. You always have free will, and this is purely for you to contemplate and sit with. So that Five of Swords is, for me, it looks as if it's a future reading. This is a future projection. It's not here. So Forewarned is forearmed in the 3rd week of February, Capricorn. Consider the losses. Consider the conflict and turmoil that you may encounter should you embark on a particular decision, especially reflecting that 8 of Cups. If you do not give yourself that time to sit and contemplate and really know what's working with your own heart or a relationship, a position you're in your life, you could be running into some trouble because you're going against the grain here. It's like I'm ignoring my heart and then I'm walking into conflict because I should have bloody done something different, Capricorn. Forewarned is forearmed. Forewarned is forearmed with that 8 of Cups. Thank you. We thank you. How does Capricorn end the month of February, moving into March of 2024? Thank you. That 2nd week we have the moon in the background there, that new moon, the new moon. Capricorn may be a significant pivotal moment in the month of February for you. A new moon in Aquarius is occurring. Capricorn, this is your 2nd house of assets, finances, investments, resources, things of the 3D world that pertain to your sense of security and stability in life. Maybe very much a time when you are on call and on notice here to sit with something in regards to those subjects or topics before you run into some trouble here in the 3rd week. That may be a dreadful, looks like it could be a dreadful loss. A lot of conflict that's really unnecessary and quite avoidable. Thank you. And we end the month of February moving into March with the 5 of Wands. Sagittarius, the 5 of Wands represents coming to grasp with the material and spiritual aspects of our lives, bringing them into harmony. This represents spirit and matter. For me, this is getting back in line with integrity and getting out of conflict within yourself regarding your material world with projects, finances, employment. This is asking you to, at the very least, sit with understanding that is the juice worth the squeeze here, because there's some sort of conflict and challenge different energies going on within your environment or within yourself, and it's quite challenging. So you're on call here at the beginning of the month, I believe in February, to really consider moving on from something and starting something new or fresh that you know you should, because February you could be running into a lot of problems because of being stubborn and not trusting your instincts to go in a different direction and let go of something. Again, this reading is about the future. So this is what we're here for, to navigate and avoid those potential traps and pitfalls that I do see coming for you in the month of February. Okay. Capricorn, let's see what it is that we are dealing with in regards to what's being brought forward for you to meditate on and use as guidance, and guidance only, remembering our free will for the month of February 2024. We thank you for being present, and we ask to bring forward more detail, more information regarding the major arcana card of death for the sign of Capricorn this month of February 2024. Thank you. And it's the death card is with the Seven of Pentacles. The door in my room just opened. I wonder if that's an invitation for you, Capricorn, to walk through a door. Death with the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles is a card that is associated with investment, looking at where our future is heading, considering our past today. What have we grown? What have we got in our 3D world that supports us? Do we need to leave a work situation? Do we need to move on and end something that's run its course here? Are we going to invest in a new line of work? Are we going to invest in a new investment? Or are we going to keep on keeping on? Because without considering the future quite carefully here, we may be stopping ourselves from moving forward out of fear of financial instability for our future. You're on call here to release an investment, release something from the past that has no more legs for you, Capricorn. You have to move on here. That death is heralding something new coming in. If you can just let go and really sit with contemplating something that is going to bring you more expansion and more joy and more security for your future self. Okay. Again, this is why I believe souls on this earth right now tune into these readings for guidance about the potentials of the future. And your future is online here, Capricorn, because if you do not take the warning or heed the intelligent message through the tarot of releasing an investment that is done and dusted, or work situation, something in your material world, it's run its course. This is it. If you do not release it, move on from it and accept it for what it is, there's potentials for pitfalls and some real challenge in the month of February. Whatever you've been investing in, it's run its course. It's time to move on from it. And that's okay, because we're all about beginning and ending with death. It is part of the natural laws of the universe. Everything is cyclical. And here you are, moving forward. Should you take the advice of the tarot this month? The second week of February got the Eight of Cups with the Six of Cups. So this is sitting patiently with the self, contemplating, really considering a past relationship, where you've been in the past. Understanding it's time to cut your losses from something from the past, a relationship, a family member, an environment. Could be a plethora of things for every individual Capricorn. But considering how much emotional energy has gone into a past relationship or a past connection, past environment, and again, has the juice been worth the squeeze? It may be difficult to acknowledge that, but here I think you're giving yourself the opportunity to once you can move past saying, I'm done with that investment, a very significant relationship, someone from the family or a very significant relationship. I've got to move on here, and it's difficult for me to do this, but I've leveled up here with myself. In the first week, should you take on the advice of what's been brought forward for you, of course, Capricorn? Free will, you do you. I love to see this. Why I like to see this, Capricorn, is because something's trying to expand and elevate you. I think you're on call here to look at things from a different point of view than you have for quite some time about this investment and with a relationship, or even an investment of itself, or financial choices in the past. It looks as if something's trying to really get your attention here. It's done. It's over. Okay, the Five of Swords in the third week of February for Capricorn. Thank you. I did have two drop out, Capricorn, so I will take them. The Five of Swords in the third week is with the Two of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of cups going on here in the second and third week of February. The Five of Swords, that conflict, there's trouble, and the collateral damage is quite heavy on the mind. Communication, difficult conflict is with a significant relationship, or a relationship with someone that has an addiction, or you're addicted to a relationship because you put your head in the sand and it's like, oh, it's too fun, it's too juicy, I don't want to let it go, but it's a problem now. Or you've even come into a relationship, or you've stayed with a relationship with someone, or invested in a relationship that it's now detrimental to you. It's a problem for you because you're challenging your brain here, or challenging yourself intellectually about, have I got the right partner here? Have I got the right connection? Because it's all about the partying and the sex and the drugs and the alcohol and the rock and roll and feeling really good. So this is about a moral and ethic decision, I think, here, Capricorn, with a relationship that you're involved with. Wow. Okay. Is it someone that you're involved with in studies, or someone from overseas? And spiritual beliefs and your values too could be in conflict with that because of a relationship. Could be a conflict with a relationship about spiritual values or even religion. Wow. Okay, Capricorn. Whew. Yeah, you're right. Not a light reading indeed. Thank you for reaffirming that through the cards. Okay, we do end the month with that Five of Wands, that struggle, that tension within yourself, about finances, a significant work situation, or just within yourself, conflict, struggle, trying to balance spirit with matter. Could be dealing with a Gemini, Capricorn. I don't know why that's coming through, but Gemini just come through and across my third eye, so I will put it out there. Okay, we thank you for being present. The Five of Swords, please. Five of Wands, excuse me, for Capricorn for the end of February, moving into the month of March. The Five of Wands is with the major arcana card of the High Priestess. So you have two major arcanas in your reading. The Five of Wands with the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess represents the message of intuition. You can't see your instincts. You can't see intuition. You can only embody it, feel it, know it deep within you. The High Priestess is all about that spiritual value and that esoteric side of our lives, that deep connection with other realms that we really do love, we really do enjoy, or we ignore it. We ignore our spiritual side, which brings us conflict with spirit and matter. Your finances, Capricorn, and the work that you do, you're trying to recalibrate and get back in balance. You could be lacking a sense of stability and security, and you're in conflict here, yet you're on call, you're on notice. Just trust what you're feeling. Trust your spiritual side of life. Let it come through. Stop being so practical is the advice, should you take it. And just drop into your heart, your soul, connect with what feels instinctually right. If there's conflict, get rid of it. If there's trouble, get rid of it. If you're looping, there's a challenge, get rid of it. Move on. Come into this. It's really time to change up your mindset and your spiritual practice with self-worth and self-value, spirituality highlighted here in the 9th. Your astic balance. There's balance required here, Capricorn, in the month of February. Not a light reading. No world came through, or judgment, which I really did think would, which tells me that you really aren't at the end of the cycle here yet, but you could be getting there. Should you take the advice of the Tarot this month of moving on? Trouble with a relationship, trouble with finances or a work situation, leave it at the past and at the door it belongs, because something is trying to change here. And what's trying to change? What are you being called to notice? That a past relationship or connection is not working. You need to move on. Nothing's feeling organic or blissful. 3rd week, trouble and conflict with yourself. May get something with regards to someone or a nice connection with someone, but it's all about the partying or trouble or conflict with addiction with someone or an addictive connection. It's bringing conflict now because you're not heeding the warning. And here comes the trouble at the end of the month, really nice and loud for you, Capricorn, because you've ignored your instincts. To let go from a long-term investment. It's run its course, it's done. Relationship, work, finances, investments, assets, etc. Forewarned is forearmed. That's why we tap into other people's perspectives about what's going on in our experience. And again, do not forget the free will. Philosophies, the laws of life, spirituality, connection. That's why the 9th house has come here. Don't ignore your instincts and intuition. If you don't let go, this is what you're in for. Forewarned is forearmed, Capricorn. Okay, so that's your reading for the month of February. And I wish you, everyone that celebrates Valentine's Day, I wish you a happy Valentine's Day in the month of February. And I will catch you next month in March. Capricorn, you've got this. Let it go and walk into your own bliss and avoid this.